Thank you everyone for coming to today's press conference. I've been talking to Mr. McGill and well, he suggests that we should be fighting bravely against relegation this season. I'm sorry Chairman, but I would like to go a little bit further than that. Our team did rather well in the FA Trophy. As you know, we managed to pick up the FA Trophy, beating teams in this league and giving a very good account of ourselves. Also, our team is going to be much stronger. We have a little bit of transfer budget to spend, and I'm going to be bringing in some very good players to join the existing squad, as well as some staff members. So I think we can actually push on, probably go for top half, maybe even the playoffs. But I've got a lot to crack on with. I've got to get those players in, I've got to get those staff in, I've also got to sort out some training as well as many other things. So I thank you for joining us for this press conference, and I hope you join us for the opening day of this season. Okay everyone, so with the league season only 5 days away, it is time to have a little look at a roundup of our transfers as well as select our captain for the upcoming season. So first of all, the transfers. As you can see, we're a little bit over the wage budget, 765, but by the time I send a few people out on loan, we should be okay on that front. We also have a guy coming in terms of staff, but we're here for player transfers. And the player transfers are, well, we have Helm, as you already know. Now, Helm, we're having a bit of a work permit issue with him. I can't reapply for it for another 30 odd days. Let's just have a little look. I think it's about 30 odd days. If I apply for work permit, 23 days now. So we can't do that for another 23 days. So we've got a bit of an issue on that front. He's not going to be able to play for the first few games at least. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll sort it out. In worst case, we'll send him out on loan. He isn't very expensive. As you can see, Helm, about 41 years of age, £300 a week. He's a bargain player. 3-star potential. Solid player, just hopefully we can get that work permit. But the players who can indeed play, first of all, is Campbell. He's come on a free transfer from Woking, and well, he's a striker who can play on both wings. We are of course going to use him as a striker, and he's going to be our star striker. As you can see from the top, star player for us, 2.2 thousand per week, which is quite a bit, but he's on a long contract till 2025. I can't remember if we've got any additional years, but 3.5 star, 4.5 star potential. In terms of deep line playmaker, as you can see, he's solid all round. History, well, before Woking, he was at FC Halifax, where he played in the National League for 15 appearances and got himself a goal. He hasn't really played a lot of games in any of his seasons, quite frankly. He scored 2 in the North in one game before that for Gloucester. He then played in League 2 for Cheltenham prior to that, League 1 for Gillingham. He was in League 2 for Forest Green, and you can see, yep, he's been pretty much a league player and above. Solid addition to the squad. We then have Brandon Mason. Now, he's our brand new left back. That is because I've decided to move Gibson to the bench. Yes, Gibson is an amazing winger. He's got plenty of development potential, and so has this guy. 2.5 star. This is because our general team has got better. He's not 2.5 star on the old rating, which was about a Josh Knowles. No, he's 2.5 star, which is level with Gibson, but he's got 4 star potential going forward. I think they're even. They're pretty much even, the pair of them. It's just he can just play left back, Gibson can play both. And thus, I'm allowing Gibson to be on the bench, can be flexible, and who knows, if Gibson's playing better, we'll start Gibson. If not, start Mason. But Mason, he's a solid, quick wing back. We're not going to use him defensive, he'll be on support, and as you can see, he can play that rather well. 2.1 thousand per week, but he is a squad player, so it doesn't matter if I drop him from the starting lineup. He previously was at St Mirren. He was at Coventry for a while. He's played a couple of games in League 1, 11 appearances there and 25 there. 1 game in the Scottish Championship prior to that, and 2 Premier League games for Watford. Yes, another player with Premier League experience alongside Haleb. We then have George Carling on the right hand side of defence. He's a little bit better. 3.5 star, 3.5 star potential. He doesn't quite have the growth, but look at that. He can play all the way down the right hand side, can go into the middle of defence, middle of midfield, and heck, he's even tried a little bit of goalkeeping. Not quite sure if he's any good at goalkeeping, but he's at least attempted it at some point. As you can see, for what we want him for though, he's going to be a wing back, and well, it's solid in that department. Just noticed he's got 19 long throws as well. So, little bit of a Rory lap in that. And well, he was at Chesterfield and he played half season for them last year in this division. He played a solid 30 games prior to that and scored 3 goals the season before, 9 in the North. Weird, considering he only played 9 there, moved up to the league above and played more. Anyways, he's played quite a lot in the National League. Don't know why Gloucester didn't use him enough. Don't know why Leamington and Solihull didn't really use him. But every other team seems to have utilised him to the best of his ability and got quite a bit out of him. We then have Jack Beanie now. Jack Burney. One you're going to hear me mess up many times going forward. He's a squad player, 1.7 grand per week, 3.5 star, 4 potentially 5 star potential, although it's probably more on the 4 than the 5. As you can see though, he's a solid all round player. We're not going to use him as an inverted winger. I think what we're going to do is he's going to be a very flexible player. He's a substitute. If we need him on that right hand side, he'll come on as an inverted forward. He can't really shoot though, so maybe I do just keep him as an inverted winger on that side. On the left hand side, he will be just a simple winger, which as you can see, he can do rather well. His determination is 17 by the way, which is nice to see. And then in the centre, he'll be an attacking midfield. Solid for that, great dribbling, great first touch and agility for that one. And then up front, he could even be a deep lying forward, although as you know, his finishing isn't quite there, so we probably won't use him up front. We'll probably just use him on the wings and in that cam spot. He can also drop back into central midfield now as a deep line playmaker. Yeah, he could do that. So he can cover as a playmaker, can cover across the attacking midfield. He just can't shoot. He's just a playmaker and will be assisting our team. Now, Melis is the next player. Jacob Melis, in fact. 31 years of age, 3-star, 3-star potential. Again, another player with a bit of experience. We've got quite a young squad, so it's nice to get a few of these players in with some experience who can then pass it on to the rest of the team. As you can see, he's a solid all-round playmaker, and that is mainly what we're going to use him as. Now, as a ball-winning defender, his marking lacks. Okay, but at a push, if we need to do it, I know we could probably get on with him as a ball-winning midfielder. As you can see, previously he was playing in League 2 for Southend and Gillingham, where combined, well, League 1 for Gillingham, so combined 11 games in the National League, in League 1 and League 2 for last year. Prior to that, he was at Bolton/Mansfield, again, League 1, League 2, 19 appearances across both of those. Mansfield, prior to that, 41 appearances in League 2. He's finally dropping down to our level. He's had plenty of games in League 1, in League 2. He even was at Premiership Chelsea, admittedly didn't get a chance to play, but is a solid Championship, League 1, League 2 player and should be able to do it here in the conference. Now, we have another youngster, and that youngster is Rafferty Pedder. He is 20 years of age, 2.2 grand per week and a star player. Now, he's going to be our brand new ball-winning midfielder. As you know, Ukifi was our playmaker. Wright is going to slide across, do that role, and Pedder is going to slot into his position as the ball-winning midfielder. And as you can see, he is great all around. Long throws. Okay, thankfully we have other players who can throw a ball, but yeah, he's not going to be great at long throws, but for what we actually need him for, he is pretty darn good. 4 stars for possibly 5-star potential, and well, his career is Tottenham. He's a Tottenham youngster, and now he is with us. Now, the last one, I'm really going to butcher his name, Joshua Oluwayami. Yemi. I'm probably going to make some name up for him because Oluwayemi is going to be a pain in my backside to say on a regular basis, but he's an amazing player. I don't see him being a pain in my backside in terms of what he produces on the pitch. 3 grand per week, he's a star player. He's coming in at 4.5 star. Current rating, 4.5 star, possibly 5 star potential. As you can see, he is solid. Aerial reach is struggling a little bit on 8 and throwing down on 9, but the rest is in double figures. Now, the question is, where is he from? Well, he is yet another Tottenham youngster. Did play 1 game last season though. Oh, sorry, the season before last, when he was out on loan to Maidenhead. So, that is the roundup of our transfers. The real question is though, who's going to be our captain for this year? Captain, no captain. Right, if you remember from last year, Newton had a fantastic season. He's an amazing player. He was an amazing captain. Unfortunately though, he's 33 years of age. There's a possibility he starts dropping off this season. I don't think he will, but on the off chance he does, I would like to remove the captaincy simply so our captain is always playing. So, the question is, where would that go? Well, our brand new assistant manager is suggesting giving it to Matty Brown, a player, as you know from last season, I am not a fan of. He's not going to be playing, he's going to be a backup, so he is definitely not getting the captaincy. But a player I do trust is Heaney. I think Heaney would be a great captain. He's going to be playing a lot. He's a youngster, he's developing. He's going to be on that left-hand wing. And I think he might be a good player to give the captaincy to. He's got 14 leadership, 10 for team. So combined, he's 1 less on the teamwork, but got an additional 2 on his leadership, and thus overall is technically better than Newton for this role. On top of that, I think our vice captain McLaughlin isn't going to be starting. So Donaldson having the vice captaincy I think is reasonable. I think we should keep him having the vice captaincy, and thus it is time to see if Newton is okay with losing the captaincy. So warn Newton about losing the captaincy. We of course need to warn Brown about the vice captaincy as well. I'm planning on removing you as captain as I feel we now have better options at the club. He thinks it's probably right. Thank you, Newton. I appreciate your honesty and I appreciate you taking it on the chin. Now, the next one is Matty Brown. Will he take it on the chin? I want to make you aware that I'm going to name a new vice suitable candidate. Sorry, boss, I think you are wrong. I'm sorry, I really think it's time to give someone else a chance to see they can handle the pressure and extra responsibility. He's disappointed. Matty, did you not see how you played last year? Of course, I'm lacking faith in you. You was terrible. And our partnership of Newton and Fielding last year was absolutely amazing. You've got no chance of getting in the lineup, never mind being my vice captain. So, captain for this year will be Mackenzie Heaney with Clayton Donaldson as our vice. But it is time to crack on with today's game. Unless, of course, we have a bit of news in between. But let's head on over to the stadium. With our initial opening game at home to Solihull Moors cancelled due to a waterlogged pitch, we are here in Southend for today's opening fixture. It's going to be a tough one, and hopefully the weather is not a reflection on how things are going to be here today. But without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium. Okay, opening day is finally upon us. Yes, like I said, it had been delayed due to our waterlogged pitch from the previous game, the Solihull game, which got skipped over, and thus we are here in Southend. Another difficult game. This one slightly more difficult than the last. Yes, it's away from home, but it's also against a team that's expected to finish higher. And our team for today, well, it's pretty much exactly how I want it to be. The only change I might make is maybe Potts for Willoughby. Willoughby is currently got a bit of a knock, and of course Helm has his work permit issue. On top of that, we also have an injury to Matty Brown. Now, Matty Brown, he's injured for 3 to 4 months. Yes, he has gone and picked up a torn ankle ligament. So that is going to keep him nice and quiet. He's currently been out for 7 days thus far, and he's got quite a lengthy recovery ahead of him. As you can see though, we have quite a bit of depth in our squad, and our team for today, get ready for me to butcher some names. So, Oluwayemi in goal, a back line of Mason, Newton, Fielding and Carlin. We then have Pedder and right in central midfield, Heaney on the left, Dyson on the right, Donaldson in between, yes those three are the same as last year, and Campbell up front. A bench consisting of Jameson, Gibson, Melis, Byrne and Potts or Birney. Who knows, but without further ado, it is time to crack on with today's game. We are going to jump straight into things. I didn't see who their injuries were. I know Mark Warburton wouldn't have been able to play for Solihull, but I don't know about these guys. You've got nothing to lose out there. Exactly. Punch this. We've got nothing to lose out there. Go out there and show everyone what we are capable of. Now, Wright is loving that team talk. So, get out there. Let's crack on with this. But it is Sithole, a guy whose name I better not butcher in this one because, yeah, we could go down the dark alley with that one. But Sithole tries to play it back to guard and Dyson will intercept it. Walsh here on the halfway line, plays it across to guard. Keane holds up possession. It's with guard, a ball over to the Sithole. The Sithole in the Sithole is going to go down the left hand side, plays it back to Sayers. It's a 1-2 with him. Now with Dalby. He gets it to Ferguson, way too much space. We can't be giving Ferguson space like that. And goalkeeper, please hold possession when you push it away. Also, look at these stands. They're so weathered. They really do need to upgrade their stands. Jesus. These look so battered. I guess it's the fact they're near the seaside. I don't know, but it's not good. It's really not looking good. Their stadium is a bit battered. Also, as you might have noticed, we are going for a positive mentality. Probably not the brightest approach, to be honest. We should probably be going defensive, balanced. My assistant was suggesting cautious, but it's the first game of the season. We want to try and be on the front foot, try and get a foot in the door, and thus we are going attacking. We can always tune it back from that as we go forward, but right now, I want to stay attacking. So, ball up to Campbell. Campbell gets past the defence. Oh, he's forced to save out of Seedon, and White will just play it back to Seedon. That was a little risky. Fortunate for them, though, they did get it away eventually. Now, Solihull Moors is away to Torquay, and they are losing in their first game of the season. Sayers, though, shall throw it in here for Southend on the left-hand side. He gets into guard. He's going to put it back to Sayers. Sayers whips one in. Keeper. You just pushed it out to Sam Dolby. Is Jameson going to be back in the lineup after one game? Because if he's going to do stuff like that, I think he might be. That was a very questionable approach. He goes to... I don't know what he goes to be honest. He doesn't catch it. He doesn't turn it around his post. He palms it down into the oncoming player. Literally the worst thing he could have done in that situation. Anyways, we're going to go attacking. So we are now, of course, a goal down, and Carlin shall throw it in. So, right, up to Donaldson, whips one in. Mason, oh, come on, Mason. Brandon Mason, goal on his debut, assist for Clayton Donaldson. He had way too much space. I don't know what they were doing there with the marking. He had no one on him. Absolutely no one on him. So let's have another look at this one. Wright plays it out. Donaldson whips one in. Okay, I think what happened is this man was initially marking him, then decided to drop off to mark Pedder, because I guess he was worried about Pedder getting a long shot, but instead the ball got to Mason. He ran onto it and just smashed it into the net. So Mason has just gone and saved our bacon. Right, now we are going to drop back down to a positive mentality, and we are going to try and get something out of this one. Now White up to guard. Hopefully our goalkeeper doesn't push one to Dolby yet again, because that would get rather annoying. But Walsh right now will play it inside. It's with Miniha. It's with Keane now. Coulson building from the back. Not my favourite of Coulson's, of course. Big fan of Michael Coulson, not necessarily this one. But Guard nods it on. It's collected by Mason. Mason will play it across to Newton. Newton now to Sam Fielding up to Wright. Wright gets it to Donson in the centre circle. Lovely ball up to Dyson. He's got an on-running Campbell. And he's found the on-running Campbell. But can Campbell put it away? No. No, he has forced to save though, to be honest, which is nice. He's at least got us a corner from it. The angles were being closed down, and that was a reasonable effort. At least he didn't just shoot it into the crowd. But the corner is nodded away, and that effort is going to go fleeting. But 28 minutes in, 1-1 here at Southend. Can't complain too much. It's not a bad little showing from ourselves. Coulson though gets it up to Walsh. Now up to Minihan. Minihan coming down this right hand side. Can we put pressure on him? Please put pressure on him, Mason. Whips it in, back post. Sit hole. And thankfully our goalkeeper actually holds this one. Don't know how he's on a 6.8 considering the amount of stuff he's just pushed away. But it's a goal kick. And he's going to play it short to Fielding. It's now with Carlin. Carlin coming down this right hand side. He has a yellow card right now. I am probably going to take him off. He's on a 6.2. He's on a yellow card. We do need to probably take him off at this point. Campbell plays it out wide to Dyson. Dyson running down this right hand side. Carlin, you've had a rough debut, my friend, but I'm sure you'll do better in the future. Whipped in back post. Heaney had a good opportunity there, unfortunately though does not put it in the back of the net. Fielding, we need to build it up the pitch. It's just hoofed back to Minihan. That was a bit of a waste of possession. We should have just held possession. Campbell's won it back though. Heaney now plays it inside to Pedder. Pedder inside to Donaldson. Donaldson's got Wright. Wright's got plenty of space in the middle. Plays it up to Campbell. He's got Dyson making an overlap. He plays it through to Dyson. Now can Dyson get a shot off, or perhaps he's shot? I was thinking maybe he could have floated back across, but I understand why he did take the shot. I understand why he took the shot. Donaldson, though, plays it back to Dyson. Now, Carlin whips it in, back post. Heaney, ooh, lovely save by Seaton. Heaney probably should have done a bit better, put it nearer to the post rather than the centre of the goal, but not a bad little save there from the goalkeeper. And now it is just kept in by Sayers. Okay, Sayers. Ball down this left-hand side, gets it up to Sithole. Sithole over to Guard, and the ball shall go sailing over the bar. Torquay, by the way, 3-0 up against Solihull Moors. Barnet is beating Halifax 1-0. And Mason is going to throw it in to Heaney now with Pedder. Pedder coming at the defence. What will he do? Plays it through to Campbell. Campbell gets past his man. He's got Dyson in support. He also has Donaldson coming up as well. Tries to run past White though, and he makes the tackle. Right now, over to Coulson. Ball up to Dolby. It's played to Guard. Now to Sithole. Sithole's got Sayers on an overlap. Instead he plays it inside though. Keane to Ferguson. Ferguson to Guard. Guard tries a through ball to Sithole. Thankfully Carlin will intercept it. And Dyson gets it right. Now Campbell. Counter attack. Tries a through ball and he's got it to Heaney. But can Heaney make the run? He has. Oh, come on Heaney. Mackenzie Heaney. First goal of the season. Second goal for us. And it looks like we might be going into half time, ladies and gents, with a 2-1 lead. Oh, not too shabby. Considering we went 1-0 down, considering we are a newly promoted side and they are expected to be pushing for the playoffs. This is beautiful to see, ladies and gents. Beautiful to see. Also, Carlin, 6.6. Still probably going to take you off. Same with you, Pedder. Maybe a double sub. Wright and Newton. I'm also looking at you two to pick things up as well. Minihan though plays it inside Ferguson. It's now with Walsh. Walsh holding up possession, coming down this left hand side. Willie whipping across. He pulls it back for Sayers. Sayers now edge of the area to Guard. Guard dispossess him, please. Someone get the possession. Keane plays it over to Ferguson. Way too much space for Ferguson. Thankfully his shot has gone high, wide, and not at all handsome. But We head into half-time, ladies and gents, with a 2-1 lead. And to be honest, look, we have been the better side. We've had more shots, more on target. We've doubled their on target, in fact. We've only 2 more. Our XG is better. Our corners are better. We've committed a lot of fouls. We do need to cut back on the fouls. It's 1-1 on the yellow cards. 94% passing, though, to their 88. And that 56 to 44 on the possession. So, we've had a lot of shots so far. I am happy, I am indeed. But, defensively, I'm not so happy. I'm not happy with you three, Carlin, Newton and Pedder. Mainly you, Carlin. You're on a yellow card, so Gibson shall come on for you. Now, the question is, what do we do? I think what we do, Bed, you can play back here, can't you? Interesting. I think what we might end up doing here is Wright drops back to Newton's spot. We take off Newton and Pedder for Melis and Baird. Melis goes into the ball winning. Baird goes into our deep line playmaker. And we do it that way. Maybe. We'll see how they get on for the first few minutes, maybe 10 minutes in. But that's how it looks like. How we might be going forward in this game. Dyson, though, will he whip it across or pull it back? Pulls it back for Campbell. Campbell now over to Gibson. Right, he's got space. Gibson, they're both being closed down now. Right, will he play it through to Gibson? Yes, Gibson, lovely through ball to Dyson. The goalkeeper's dived for some dived. Gibson now. Right, back to Gibson. Whips one in. Back post. Heaney. Oh, we should have taken advantage of the goalkeeper when he dove, but instead we did not. And it was a wasted opportunity in the end. Bromley, by the way, 2-1 up against Dagenham and Redbridge. Sayers, though, gets it up to guard. Ferguson running at us. We'll play it over to Walsh. Lovely interception by Mason, though. Come on, Mason. Counter-attack run down this left-hand side by the goal scorer here on his debut. Whips one in. Dyson. Free header. Seaton. Again. That was a decent shot. Decent shot. Good bit of goalkeeping, though. Newton is struggling, and now he's on a yellow card. That is probably the moment for us to swap him out. Pedder still on a 6.4. He needs swapping out. Right on a 6.6. Struggling a little bit, but I think if we drop him into that defence, who knows, maybe that will be what he needs to just get that little bit better in his gameplay. But he needs header. He's just going to go over the bar. And we are going to make a substitute. Yes, it's a little earlier than usual, but I don't want to risk Newton too much. What we shall do is initially Melis will come here. We'll then swap him across as we bring Bird or Bard or Bern. Not sure how to pronounce his name on. Let's just pull it up. It is Ben. He's a bear. N-E. Bear. So he's Burn. He's a Burn. Dyson, though, whips one in. It is blocked by Sayers, and he shall clear it away. Now, right, I might just call him the Bear. How about we just call him the Bear? It's so much easier. Pedder gets it up to Dawson. Now with Mason. Mason's got an opportunity to whip it across. Instead, plays it short to Pedder, though. Melis. Melis from range. Oh, Melis! Melis, what was that? That was almost a magical goal from Melis. Almost magical. Unfortunately, it was not, though. Mason whips it in, back post. Oh, another effort. Again, it's being cleared away. South End are just clinging to this game. Also, there's a 4-3 game. I need to see who that was. That looks interesting. But it's nodded up by Mason. Over to Minihan, though. Ferguson back to Coulson. We have given them the possession back. Coulson now tries a ball over the top. And it shall be collected by our goalkeeper. Can anyone find this run by Mason, though? It is back to Pedder once more. Right to Pedder. It looks like he doesn't quite want to commit to it yet. He seems to be running back and forth over on that left-hand side. Instead, though, we found Gibson here on the right. Now, pull it inside. No, he's going to whip it across. Ooh, the Ellie cross almost came up trumps. I thought it might have been better for him to pull it back, give it to someone else, make a bit more space, but you know what? He did okay with it. We've got Pedder, though, who is still struggling. So here on our usual substitution time, we shall swap some players around. So he is a 1.5 star at this. In fact, if we have a little luck, we've got 3 star, 1.5 star. If we swap them over, though, we go to 2 and 2.5 stars. So much better having them the other way round, and thus that is what we shall do. Ball over to Minihan, though. Minihan coming down this right-hand side. Can we get the tackle in? Come on, Mason. It's into Ferguson. Now another ball over. It's with Keane. He gets it to Guard. He's pressured, but Guard has just played it straight through our defence. I cannot say we did bad there. That's just a beautiful effort. Guard with a beautiful shot from outside the area. Look at this one. Drills it through our defence. He was pressured. Our goalkeeper didn't do too bad. Just unfortunately, it was a well-placed shot into the bottom right corner. Dolby, though, will collect this one. It's 2-2 now. We do need to hold on, or at least get back into winning ways. Ball back into Dolby. Oh, lovely save. Lovely save by Oluwayami. I probably got that wrong. Yeah, Oluwayami. His name is actually embedding itself in my brain. Much better than Burn. Don't know why Burn's not going into my head. I guess it's because my brain's wanting to see the spelling of Burn different, but who knows. It's free kick anyways. Enough rambling. We've got a free kick. Armstrong Line, Samuels, Wagstaff. It's the Aldershot game. Aldershot versus who? Aldershot versus Harrogate. That's the one. Okay. So there you go. That one is Aldershot versus Harrogate. It don't want to tell us the teams. As you can see, Wrexham is winning their game 2-0, by the way. Oh, there we go. That fixed it. Scrolling down. So, if you have that problem in your Football Manager save, and you cannot see who the teams are, try scrolling down and then back up. It fixed it. It worked for me. Don't know if it'll work for you, but it's worth a try. So, Burn over to Dyson. There's an overlap in Gibson. Can Burn find him? It's now with Fielding. Someone is found Gibson. He's found plenty of space. So is Mason, though, on that left-hand side. Dyson up to Gibson. Gibson has acres of space. Can he use it, though? Whips one in. Heaney, free header. And it floats into the arms of the goalkeeper. And we have ourselves a corner. 4 minutes plus any additional time. Can we regain the lead in this one? We, of course, went 1-0 down in this one, but then gone up 2-1 and now 2-2. It's nodded away. Heaney will collect this. Now, Heaney, you do have spot inside. Doesn't matter, because we shall not see it. 4 minutes of additional time here in Southend. Now, Guard, short to Keane. Ferguson tries the ball over top. Gibson will nod it back to our goalkeeper, though. He'll just scoop it up. Used a bit of brains there. Decided to just scoop it up. Don't need to pressure yourself. Start from the back. Heaney, he has the overlap. Melis, someone please find Mason. He keeps making these runs. Ball from Fielding, just gives it straight back to their goalkeeper. He thought, you know what, you deserve an opportunity to try and win this game. So, gives it back to Southend. Their goalkeeper's going to hoof it up. And you know what? He says, no, you guys deserve the opportunity to win this, and we are going to come back at them with Campbell. He plays it short to Burn, now with Fielding. Fielding across to right. Right, up to Melis. Melis now up to Dawson. Dawson, lovely through ball to Heaney on this left-hand side. He can pull it back for Mason if he wishes. Instead, he's going to whip it into Campbell, though. Campbell, take the touch. You had the space. Please. I know you're a good striker. You've proven that. You've got one of our 2 goals. But please, we don't need the theatrics. At least not right now. If we get a playoff spot or something, then yes, you can have all the theatrics in the world and enjoy just playing and having some ridiculous goals. But please, just put the ball in the net. Just bring it down and put it in the net. We didn't get the result we wanted, but you should be all happy. If we create that many chances more often than not, we'll do well. That is reasonable. But the question is, who are we going to meet in the next episode? Okay, so I've been pondering who we should play in the next episode a little bit. There is two obvious opportunities here against away sides. Both of them are against fellow relegation scrap teams, so that isn't an issue. It's really a question of which one do we want to play, and I think Maidenhead, considering they're bottom of the league, I just want to see us trounce them, so let's see if we trounce them. Knowing FM, it's probably going to be the most difficult game of the season. So we are going to go to Maidenhead, and then the following month I think we're probably going to go to Dagenham. We have previously, of course, played against Barnet in the Cup last year, so Dagenham and Redbridge is probably the one for that month, and then going forward we'll figure things out as we go. But what is our season preview? Well, as you'll see, Dagenham is just below us here on the season preview. We are predicted 16th, they are predicted 17th, and the likes of Kings Lynn is 22nd and 24th for Maidenhead. So, expected to be relegated is Maidenhead, Weymouth, Kings Lynn and FC Halifax. But only the season ahead will tell who actually gets relegated. But I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.